Hello, and welcome to my quick tutorial on how to use the chunk downloader in order to get previous worlds that we've had. In this case, it's going to be PridelandsMC 13. I'm just showing off the shopping district in a single player world. As you can see, I can open it to land, statistics, all that kind of stuff. It is a little bit complex, but it's actually significantly easier than other solutions I've found. And it does make it a lot easier on the staff team, because then we don't have to download everyone's bases. They can just download what they'd like. But let's get right into the tutorial. So one of the first things I'd like to go over is there is a couple of drawbacks to this method. As you can see, I know for a fact that on the actual server, this shulker box has some stuff in it. I also know that my end chest is full of blue ice. You can see that none of these have anything in them at all. That is one of the drawbacks to this. It can't save every single chest, although there is kind of a countermeasure to it. So if I go right down here, you can see these chests all have items in them. And they have all the items I had in the actual server. Once we get to that point, I'll go over how to do it, but you will be able to save chest data. You cannot save player data or ender chest data though, so keep that in mind. Okay, to start off, the first thing you're going to want to do is find the link that I'm going to have in the description, and then put it into your search bar. It is just github.com/microcroon/Minecraft World Downloader. Click enter. And that will bring you to this GitHub page. You're going to want to scroll down until you find the download section. And if you're running Windows, you're going to want to download the Windows version, which it says just latest Windows release. And then the cross-platform jar is for Mac OS and Linux. I am personally running Windows, so I will be downloading that version. Although it should be just the same if you're running Linux or Mac OS, except you just use this version. Then click Save As. And then save it wherever you would like. I'm going to save it in downloads. Let's just make a new folder called MCWD for Minecraft World Downloader. Open and save. Then all you need to do is click Show in Folder, and that will open up the folder for you. Double click on the program, and it will tell you Windows protected your PC. That's perfectly fine. Just click on More Info and run anyways. So I have set Minecraft to half my monitor and the world downloader to the other half, just to make it a little bit easier for you guys to see. But you don't have to have this set up. You could just have it minimized if you want to. What you're going to want to do is paste the IP and port that I will have either in the description or in the Discord server announcements into the server address area. In this case, it's 23.185.17.134. And then for server port, you do not want to use 25565. Don't use 25565. You are going to want to change it to 25522. Again, that's 25525 as the server port. For local port, you're going to want to keep this as 25565. It doesn't matter. Then underneath of general, you're going to want to keep everything as default, or what I currently have it set to. Underneath of world, you're going to want to keep this the exact same. You can actually change this folder to whatever you'd like. I'll use PridelandsMC 13. And then for the level seed, you're going to want to use the world seed that I will have in announcements along with the description below. This is so that any chunks that you do not generate will generate normally and not look super corrupted and buggy. I'll have a quick demo of what that would look like right about now. And that's what it looks like if you don't have the proper level seed in this section. As for this, I just grabbed a level seed. Let me throw it right in here. And this is all good to go. Now, underneath of authentication, you want to make sure everything's blank. And underneath of realms, you're going to also want to make sure everything is blank. You want to make sure that you are using the vanilla Minecraft launcher. You don't want to use multi-MC. You don't want to use CurseForge. You only want to use the vanilla launcher. Optifine, from what I've seen, is perfectly fine to have installed, but just make sure you're using the vanilla launcher. Otherwise, it most likely will break. So now that you have everything here set up, you're just going to want to click Start, and it'll turn into just a gray screen. And afterwards, click on Multiplayer, Direct Connection, and then type in localhost 25565. Again, that's localhost 25565. Once you're done with that, you're ready to join the server. So just go ahead and click on Join Server. Let it load. It will take quite a decent amount of time. So I'm currently over towards where Error's base is. Of course, there is, I don't remember who else was living here. But you will see chunks are loading fairly slow. That is perfectly expected. That's just because it has to download all of the chunks and then unencrypt them and save them to disk. So it will take a moment. It should be just about done. And now you'll see on the world downloader page, we have a little map of all of the chunks that we've currently downloaded. So you can zoom out using scroll wheel. Let me actually move around a little bit first. There we go. Now you have a perfect little map. I'll personally use follow player just so that you can see all of the chunks I'm loading. So what I'll do is just fly around here and you'll see all of those little red bars pop up. Those are all of the chunks that's currently downloading and saving to disk. Let's go ahead and save Aerospace because it's a pretty nice looking place. And I'll just run around and save it. You know, I think this is good enough. This is really all I'd like to have saved. And let's go ahead and TP to negative 900, 900, or 100, 900 to the shopping district. Now you'll see it loaded into a separate area, except if I go to this map and then zoom out a bit, you'll see where I downloaded all of Aerospace. Now all you have to do is fly around the shopping district and it will load all of the chunks for you. And I will cut to once I have this fully downloaded. So you may be wondering, what about other dimensions? Because that could be something that may be an issue. Maybe you have this really cool farm that you made in the Nether that you'd like to keep. Well, one of the really amazing things about this software is because it's downloading everything as it comes to your client, it's as simple as you go to whatever dimension you'd like, and it automatically generates everything. It is a little bit bright because of my shader pack, but let's TP Pixio Games tilde 150 tilde. As you can see, the nether roof is all perfectly intact. Running around on the nether roof will generate everything underneath of it perfectly fine with no issues. All the nether portals are going to stay linked to where they're supposed to be. If you do have any nether portals that you would like to make sure are linked, just make sure you go through them. Otherwise, it could bug out and it may not be absolutely perfect. Okay, now I have everything fully downloaded, or at least everything that I personally would like to download, because I didn't have a base outside of, well, my condo here in the shopping district. What you're going to want to do next, in order to save any chest data, as you remember, I said chest data will not be saved unless you open the chests. So if you want to save, let's say, this chest data, all you have to do is open it, close it, and then it'll say recorded inventory at the coordinates of the chest. Now, it will not save ender chest data, and it will not save your inventory data. So in order to save all of your inventory data, if you want to have it on a single player world, you can do what I did and just get a double chest or a single chest and put all of your items and gear inside of that chest. Then all you have to do is open it, close it, and it'll say recorded inventory at XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. Open up any chest that you'd like to save, and it is good to go. Now, I know for a fact that there is stuff inside of this chest. I'm just not going to open it for just showing you guys that it will not save it unless you actually open the chest. And for end chest, as you see, I have a bunch of packed ice in here. It will say recorded inventory at XYZ. It doesn't actually save the ender chest inventory. That is saved in a separate area, so it cannot save ender chest data. You're going to want to take out all of the packed ice you have, or whatever else you have in there, and then put it into a separate chest. I personally, just to be extra safe, once I've put everything into the chest and close it, I'll open it and then close it one more time. So that's about it for downloading the actual world. Let's real quick TP to spawn 0100 0 to show you another one of the minor flaws. You'll see here how I have already downloaded this area. You can see it right up on the map, and I'll go and load about half of the spawn island. Just enough to kind of see some of it. Okay, there we go. We have half of that building done, and there is a lot more on the other side. In fact, if I go over here to the bridge, you can see this bridge is kind of going this direction towards the spawn island. The spawn island actually goes pretty far. So I'll leave it at that, and then just disconnect, right-click, and then click Save and Exit. Make sure you right-click and click Save and Exit. Once that's done, it'll have all of your data saved. You can maximize Minecraft now, and then you're good to go. Now that you've done that, we're going to go to importing the world into a single-player server. As you can see, I already have one here, but I will delete that one just because. And let's click on Options, Resource Packs, and then Open Pack Folder. This is the easiest way to get to where your Minecraft worlds are saved. Afterwards, I'm going to cut for just a second. There we go. I'm going to have a bit of this censored out since it does have my name on it. But you'll see right up here, you have roaming or app data roaming Minecraft resource packs. This will probably be a little bit different if you're on Mac OS or Linux. But all you'd like to do is click on Minecraft and then find the folder that says saves. Double click on that, and then you have an empty folder or a folder with all of the worlds that you have on it. Then wherever you had the folder previously, in my case, if you remember correctly, I saved it to MCWD. You'll see there's two folders, Cache and PridelandsMC 13, or whatever you renamed it to. You do not need the cache folder, so you can press delete. And then for PridelandsMC 13, all you want to do is drag it into the saves file. Then you're good to go. You can close that folder and your downloads folder. And you're good to go. Click on single player, and now you have the world. Now if I play here, you can now see I am in the middle of the ocean because, well, I was flying. Let's go into creative mode, and now you'll see everything is practically the same except for the fact that, well, I'm in a single player world. Now let's get on to that thing I was showing you before. Remember how I only loaded a small part of the spawn island? Well, now if I travel over this way, you'll see right at the chunk border where I didn't download anything, everything has been reset to the default state. These are all brand new loaded chunks that have never been touched by a player. That's what the level seed was for. So if you don't want this to happen just kind around your base, just fly around, get a little bit of a border, and everything will be good. Because all of this is going to be completely reset, and there was a bridge right over here. If you'll give me just a moment, there it is. The bridge is right there, and it was cut off because I'd never loaded any of these chunks to the spawn island. But as for the areas that I did load, as in this mountain, the boat, all that kind of stuff, it has been saved, and it is perfect, good to go. Any chest that you opened, they will have all of their data stored, and let's go to TP -900 tilde, or let's go 100, 900. That should put me right in the shopping district. There we go. You will see all of these chests have nothing in that. You know, that could just be somebody emptied them. But if you go over to the chests right here that I already opened, they have all of their data in them. All of the packed ice. It has whatever was in this. I don't know if I opened this one. I don't think I did. But as for the chest that I put my inventory stuff in, it has all of my inventory stuff. So now I can just grab it out of there and put it on. Bam, 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 bam. There we go. I'll keep my inventory messy for now. As I said, Ender chest data isn't saved. You can't save that. There isn't really any way to. So remember, take everything out of your Ender chest. But all of the things that I did open do actually have all of their things in them. Anything that I didn't open, well, that data is now lost. Again, you can go back and re-download anything that you do need, although you will have to re-download everything. But that's pretty much it. So if you do have any other questions or concerns, feel free to let me know in the Discord server or the comments. If you did like this video and it helped you out to download the server or any builds that you previously had that you still want to be able to check out, feel free to leave a like and or subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. And if you do need help, feel free to let me know. I'll help you out to the best of my abilities. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.